Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Root. In today's episode, we're going to play as the final faction, and probably the most unique of the four factions in the base game, the Vagabond. We're going to play as the Vagabond, and this is just going to be utter chaos. It's going to be 1-on-3, and it's going to be wild. Because I haven't bought any of the DLC for this game. I probably will at some point. I only have the one choice for Vagabond, but there are actually multiple Vagabonds that you can choose from. We're gonna create game. Before I start this game though, if you want to see more Root, please let me know in the comments down below. There's always other DLC I could pick up down the line. I can show you some of the challenges. We could play the winter map, which randomizes the clearings. There's other options there. Alright. The Vagabond is a very fun faction to play with. However, do not try it in a two-player game. There's not enough player interaction, and it gets really boring, at least in my opinion. Since when could I pick? Oh, I guess you always can pick. Here you go. So this is the special ability. Oh, this is interesting. I've never seen this before. I'm gonna choose the Ranger. I like being able to repair stuff more easily. Okay. So I get to pick where I start. Right away, an important difference with the other factions, I can actually start in forests. I have that luxury. We're going to start over here, just for the fun of it. And we'll complete setup, and when it gets back to being... Oh, I do get to go first. Okay. So, the first most important thing about the Ranger is, or the Vagabond is, I have one character. That's it. I will never rule a clearing the entire game. Well, it's not true. It's highly unlikely I'll ever rule a clearing in this game. So how do I actually play? The Vagabond cares very much about items. And every item has a specific feature that allows him to do specific things. At the moment, I have 4 items in my knapsack. I have a boot, which lets me move. I have a torch, which lets me explore ruins or use my special ability. I have the crossbow, which lets me kill somebody without rolling, and then I can start a battle. Those are my basic items right now. How do I win the game? I want relationships. I would like people to be my friends. I'm gonna go throughout the forest, giving people free shit to get stuff from them in return. I also have quests that I can complete, and the more quests of a specific type that I complete, the more points I get. I have to be in that clearing and exhaust 2 items in order to get whatever the reward is going to be. That's basically how my turn works. So, beginning of every day in Birdsong, I get to move. I also get to refresh items. I can refresh up to 3 items because I exhaust them when I use them. And then I get to draw. So, when I fight, I will only be fighting in places where I can cause the most chaos. I mean, I'm the Vagabond, that's kind of my job. What do I want to do this turn? Nobody has any items, so I have no incentive to... Oh, I don't have a hammer, so I can't even craft either. But I can quest. Here's a ruin right here. That's where we're going to start. We're going to come over to here. And then we're going to quest in the ruin. And I unlock another boot. Not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. I could give them aid to get a point. If I'm giving aid, it's because I want to get an item in return. No. When you fight somebody, you're permanently hostile to them. You can only give them aid. Do I just say fuck you to the cats this game? That would be funny. But just like casually wreck their shit? Let's do it. Haha! Surprise Vagabond! Fuck you, cats. Free real estate. And I got 2 points, so that was a pretty beneficial turn. Will I pay for it later? Probably. But I'm a little asshole. That's my objective in this game, is to be as annoying as possible. Craft items, you fuckers. Yes! Make items! We can be pals. We can be best friends. Oh man, I wanted a crafting hammer. Damn it. Okay. A lot of people will claim that the Vagabond is OP. I don't think that's accurate. I think it is overstated how good the Vagabond can be. It's your job as the player to be willing to do things to take advantage of your situation. And if that means kicking the Vagabond in the butt, that's what you have to do. People that say the Vagabond wins all the time is because people ignore him because he doesn't have an army. Like, to be clear, this is my army. One guy. I can only ever do 1 hit in battle. And, I can only ever do 1 battle per turn. I can only ever do 1 hit per turn. And in addition, I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry. My brain isn't working right now. Let's explore. Give me a hammer, damn it. Motherfucker. I guess this is a high combat game. Which is not what I was looking for, but okay. Why can't I move? What? What's happening? Oh, because I found it when I was exploring, I can't use it. And there's nobody to fight here, so that was kind of a wasted turn. Oh well. That was a very poorly designed turn on my part. Oh, game! You had to get the root T, which lets me refresh items more effectively. SMH my head. I think I can still aid people even if we're hostile. I just can't make them like me. Yeah, so if every time I kill the cat, I get points. I can still aid them to take items, but I don't get any points. So, that's an important thing. Basically, if I can snipe the cats for the rest of the game, it's really beneficial to me. It's a great source of points. Which some reason why some people think the Vagabond is OP. Where is another ruin? There's one right here. I'm now gonna skedaddle into here. I'm gonna quest. Always, AB2, always be questing. I mean, a knapsack isn't terrible. It gives me more space to carry items. Oh, I can complete a quest. Let's do it. 2 swords, exhaust them both, and I either get a point or I get 2 more cards. I'm gonna take the point, please. Now, the next time I complete a mouse clearing, which looks like I can do right now, I'm actually gonna get 2 points. Oh, I didn't get another mouse quest. Okay. Aiding them for a sword isn't the worst idea, plus I also get points. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give you a sword. I had to pick an item to exhaust whenever I trade. I'm gonna exhaust my crossbow, so I'm not gonna use it this turn. And I take the sword from them. And I get a point. Now it's going to take 2 aids in 1 turn to get to level 2, and then 3 in 1 turn to get to level 3. Oh, give me the Vagabond. Here we go. I could fight them now. I have no incentive to do so. And no, I have to do them 2 more times in order to do it. So I'm just gonna chill out here with my pals in Woodland Alliance. Oh, thank goodness! I want that protection racket really badly, but I can't craft because why can't I do it? Because I don't have any fucking hammers. Game, why do you play me like this? This is going to be really difficult for me to win this game, because I can't craft items, because I don't have any hammers. A revolt, you say? Weird order to do things. I don't know why you wouldn't recruit twice and then move, but sure. Haha, Eyrie, 0 points for you. Like, this might legitimately just be a heavy combat. Vagabond, which is interesting because I've never played the Vagabond that way before. I definitely want to get the torch, I definitely want to get the boot, and I definitely want to get the crossbow. Alright, are there any more ruins on this map? I don't think there are. I think there's only ever 3 ruins. Yeah. So I think let's slip over to here, and let's pick on the cats. Oh, there is a ruin there. Beautiful. I like his little sound he makes when he does stuff and is happy. What did I get? Oh my god, a fucking hammer. I've been waiting for this so damn long. Now, you can only craft if it matches the clearing. I don't have... I would either need 2 hammers or a better card, so... do I aid them and then attack them? I do kind of want to aid them because I want their root tea. Which then lets you refresh 5 items, which I think is really helpful. So let's go ahead and aid them. I'm going to give you not the protection racket. That's mine. But I will give you tax collector. And I will exhaust one of my boots, because I don't plan on moving this turn. And I will take your root tea. Note, I won't get any points for this. Because they're like, whatever, fuckhead. Which is a fair statement to make, to be certain. I could complete a quest here. Oh, but I don't want to exhaust my knapsack, because then I'll have to discard items. I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm gonna shoot you with a crossbow. Did I get a point for that? I should have. Maybe it only counts buildings. Oh, that's how they get 2 points for destroying a building. That's how it works. Okay. I am done, I think. No, I cannot rule clearings. I do not rule that clearing, which is I can never get a domination victory. Unless it's the one... Yeah. For a 4-player domination card, the difference is, if combined we win, then... Yeah, it's... Domination is a way for, like, the lowest tier player to win in a 4-player game, which actually makes it a bit more exciting. I definitely think I'm gonna move. I want to be able to craft this birdie bindle so I can carry more shit, or this gently used knapsack. So I need to go to a mouse clearing. I'm gonna go with my bros over here. Hey bros. I could give you some shit, potentially. Oh, I can craft here. Oh yes, I can craft here, can't I? I'm gonna make the gently used knapsack, so I can carry more shit. What are my quests? I need root tea, and I need boots. I can do any of these quests, I just have to be in the right place, so... I'll continue to evening. That mouse is like, so hilarious. I love him, this little guy. Okay, Gabe, I need you to do me a favor. You to make a fucking hammer for me. Somebody craft a damn hammer. Come on, Woodland Alliance bros. Solidarity, motherfucker. Now make a hammer. Damn it. Well done, Woodland Alliance. Fuck those birds. Because they lost their last roost, that's what they got to have, like, the paradrop type shit in there. Damn, the birds are really bad this game. They keep ending up in turmoil because they're not planning correctly. I can only refresh fighters. I want to refresh that. Crossbow, sword, boot. Alright, we're gonna play a game. That game is called Give Me Your Fucking Root Tea. Oh, or do I craft first? No, I want to try to get a second hammer before I bother crafting. We're gonna start by giving him aid. I'm gonna give you travel gear if you want it. And I'm going to exhaust my hammer. I guess I'm not going to craft this turn. So I can take your other root tea, so I can start doing 7 items a turn. And then I'm going to fuck you over, because that's how I am. Nice. Beautiful. I like I can still aid them, like, I'm sorry, here you go. I don't think so. I can make another crossbow, that would just be funny. Crossbows are fun for the whole thing, that's what I've always said. I really want to get this protection racket, but that would require me to have another hammer, which I've not been able to achieve so far. I mean, a knapsack isn't terrible. That's actually a reasonably good thing to have. It's just not as exciting. But carrying more shit is always good. Like, it's never a bad thing to have extra stuff to carry. I can go chill with my bros. Then again, I could just take out that building, because the Marquis de Cat apparently felt it unnecessary to defend it. Aw, poor friends. Unnecessary 2 hits. I cannot quite refresh everything. I'm only going to refresh 2 of my swords. I'm not going to slip anywhere. I'm going to do a cheeky crossbow on this building. Only got 1 point that time. That's disappointing. Okay, though. I'm gonna scooch over to here. I'm gonna make me a crossbow. Because we all know about first crossbow, what about second crossbow? And then I'm gonna do some aid. I'm gonna help out my bros. Quite the power, amigo. I will exhaust a sword and take your backpack. And I'm going to do it again because we're bros forever. And I'm going to exhaust my torch, which I'm not going to use this turn. And now I get 2 points because now we're level 2 bros. Can I troll the cats anymore? Not really. No, I do not trigger outrage, unlike other factions when they enter the Woodland Alliance's space. I mean, I could betray the Woodland Alliance, which would be funny, but... You're welcome. Now, if you're really my bro, what you would do is you would craft a hammer. I think the Woodland Alliance is going to win this one. They've been spreading pretty much unchecked and no one's really picking on them. I mean, maybe I should be doing that. Maybe I should betray my bros in order to do more damage. It's possible. Like, as much as I enjoy trolling the cats, I don't think that's the brilliant objective that you seem to think it is. Let's get over here. I'm gonna do a cheeky crossbow or two. What is the quest here? It's exhaust a bag and a boot. Sure, I'll take the point. I still got plenty of room. I don't have to discard anything. And then I'm gonna stab you. Real good. I am betrayed. 2 items of mine now get damaged. Go ahead and damage the torch and the hammer. That's how I take damage, so to speak. Damn it, I still have to damage another item, but I will damage a boot. Also, no, I am not limited to the number of hits I can deal. I can deal 3 hits as the Vagabond, even though there's only 1 of me. Brilliant. Two boots and a mouse clearing, or I can do some more bunny clearing stuff. Big sale. I need a hammer, damn it. I mean, the Woodland Alliance is going to win the game next turn. Unless somebody actually stops them, which I don't think is possible at this point. I think I've made them too powerful by making them my bros. If I can find a really weak clearing for them, I can score a bunch of points. But I'm really being held back by the fact that I couldn't get a second hammer. Crafting. I mean, the fucking Eyrie constantly going into turmoil because they don't know how to plan their turns out is not helpful. Friends, I will return momentarily. Thank you for waiting. Although for you it's just a couple of seconds. Okay. If we're going to stop them from winning, we have to attack them. That means finding a place where we can pick up a few points at their expense. Which means... here. I have to betray them. I don't have another choice. I then crossbow you. I have to give them a card, which I did. And then I'm gonna burn down your base. Oh, sorry, the hits is the number of swords I have. That's how that works. I could complete a quest here. Sure, let's do it. I'll take the victory. I think this is a close. Oh, I can immediately do another quest for 2 points. Yes, please. It's a shame I can't do a 3rd quest, because then I'd instantly win the game, but... I don't think it's gonna matter. I think, unless they completely fuck up, the Woodland Alliance is gonna win next turn. And there's really nothing I can do to stop them right now. Which is what's unfortunate, but... I will let through spread sympathy one time. There's the victory right there. Damn. My perfect record in these videos has not been disrupted by the mighty Woodland Alliance. Like, here's the thing, we came really close. I needed to attack them sooner than I did. I needed to stop trolling the cats in the Dynasty. but you've now seen the 4 basic factions in the game, and they all play very, very differently. I want to take a little bit of this video to talk about my final thoughts about Root, and then end the series for now. I really, really like Root. I don't think it's any secret to say that it's one of my favorite war games because, first of all, it handles multiple players well, and every faction plays differently. One of the things I dislike about the game, and this is a feature of all leader games, Cold War games all have this feature where king making is very much a thing, which is something people don't like about Root. That doesn't bother me so much. The game plays fast enough that it doesn't, like, I don't go, oh no, my day is ruined, I could just play the game again or play something else. However, people that don't like king making are not going to like this game, because one of the things you have to learn how to do in this game is not only to learn how you win, but how to stop everyone else from winning. Because only one player can win. It's not a team game. I think all the factions are fairly balanced, provided players know what they're doing. An experienced player in a group with newbies will probably win no matter what faction they pick. I think Root, first of all, one thing I like about Root is it plays very well at 2, which is important, but it also plays well at 3 and 4. And we haven't even gotten into the expansion factions. Like, there are... If I just do solo play... Oh, no, this is the ones you have there. Let's see here. If I do shop... so these are the expansions and the additional things they have here. Oh, I guess there is co-op in this game. You get the Clockwork expansion, that's cool. So there's also the River Folk and the Lizard Cult, which add 3 new Vagabonds. Even more Vagabonds, and it adds a new deck. And then the core of the Conspiracy and Underground Duchy. So at maximum, I think there's 8 factions in the game. Plus a bunch of extra Vagabonds to make things more interesting. It also adds more maps, which is cool too. So there's a lot of replayability, and every faction does feel different. Which I think isn't always the case in some supposedly asymmetrical war games. I think in some asymmetrical war games, one faction is just clearly better. But in this game, it isn't. But I will say that it takes skill to break through certain factions. I would never let a new player play as the Vagabond. The Vagabond's game is so different from everyone else's that I don't think it helps you learn how to play the game. So if this is something actually somebody puts about on Reddit, and it made a lot of sense to me, is people were saying, I always get forced to play the Vagabond in 4-player games because the other players are too new. That is a very, very real issue. I just realized these were the 3 base game Vagabonds that are playing a little jug band here. That was great. I wonder who K. Farron is, or K. Terran is. Oh yeah, there's a Humble Bundle that includes Root, but isn't included in the expansion, which is pretty cool. What else do I want to mention about the game? But yes, every faction does feel unique. They all play very differently. But I do think there's a skill gap. And I think that's because it's a game with randomness, because of the dice and how the cards come out. But I think you've noticed how little the dice actually affect most battles. If you have more people than the other player, you're going to win the battle, or at least not care if you lose it, which is basically the same thing as winning the battle. Ambushes do change that. Ambush is one of my favorite cards in the game because it does change that power dynamic. where just having more people automatically means that you win. Yeah. I can't really think of a bad thing to say about the game other than that accessibility for a brand new player. So if I was going to teach this game to somebody who had never played the game before, I would have them play 2 players, and I'd have them play the Marquis de Cat. I think it's important that a new player plays the easiest faction to play, which is the Marquis de Cat, which gives you lots of flexibility. You don't have to worry about turmoil. You don't have to worry about the Woodland Alliance popping up out of nowhere and fucking you over. You don't have to worry about the Vagabond doing Vagabond shit. I would never play the Vagabond in a 2-player game. I think that would be very dull. Because, like, what's the AI gonna do? They have to target you. Or you can just do your own thing forever. I don't think it'd be a very compelling game experience. I think for the Vagabond to be fun, and for the Vagabond to feel interesting, there has to be 3 players. Or 4. But definitely not 2. The Woodland Alliance in a 2-player game would be really interesting, but I could see them getting overwhelmed because they don't have the pieces. The biggest army you can ever get is 10 people. As opposed to the Eyrie, which I think is like 15 or 20. And the Marquis Cat has similar numbers. So your only advantage is popping up out of nowhere. And the fact that every time someone hurts you, you get a card. I have heard some of the expansion factions are a bit more fun with 2 players, but I haven't played them yet. I might do so in the near future, but I'm kind of waiting for the DLC to go on sale. Or like get like a Game of the Year edition so I can get all the expansions. Like, I don't give 2 shits about Clockwork. That's the one I don't really care about, although co-op is kind of fun. Yeah. But would I recommend this game for every audience? I think is an important question to always consider when I'm recommending something to people. I think for people that like medium to heavy board games, you'll get into this pretty quickly. If your experience of war games is Risk, you're gonna have a bad time with Root. Unless somebody is there to teach you and help you realize that it's not Risk. Yes, it has dudes on a map and it has dice, but that doesn't make it Risk. And battles, as you can see, are part of the game, but they're not the entirety of the game. You can win every battle in the game and still lose because you don't pay attention to your victory conditions and how you make points. Like the Marquis de Cat, where do they get most of their points? From building. They need a big enough army to defend their buildings, and maybe to punch down on players if they're getting too close to them. But they're not the true war faction. The Eyrie is. But then the Eyrie has those programmable cards that forces you to rethink your strategy every time. The Woodland Alliance, when they get started, are pretty close to pure war faction, but even then, because they can pop up anywhere, it changes the dynamic. And the Vagabond can be a war faction, as we saw in this game, only because I couldn't get a second hammer. Which is an interesting challenge, and I think I would have won that game had I been more aggressive. I took what the game gave me, instead of being upset that I couldn't get what I wanted. Which I think is true of any game. It plays quickly. Even with, like, the actual board game itself, it plays quickly. All these games have lasted less than an hour, and partly that's because the AI is running the other players. I think 2 hours is the maximum for a game of rooted 4 players, once you know what you're doing. I saw somebody on Reddit, it's like, it took me 8 hours to play Reddit, like, or 8 hours to play Root, like, what the actual fuck? How do you take 8 hours to play Root? I genuinely don't know how that's possible. Unless you just, like, I don't know, maybe you're an unfrozen caveman, and your brain cells don't move quickly enough, but I cannot see this game taking 8 hours. I cannot. I could see 3 hours for a first learning game with 4 players. Especially if for whatever reason, an experienced player chooses to play something other than the Vagabond, so a newbie ends up with the Vagabond. Just because the Vagabond is so different from the other factions that it's not great for a new player, but give it a try. Pick up a copy of the digital game, go to your local game store. A Target usually has Root. The last few times I've been to Target, I always go check the board game section, and they've had Root pretty consistently every time. If I didn't have a copy, I would consider buying it, but I do have a copy. One other very minor criticism. As a two-player game only, it suffers. Because you're going to mostly playing the same two factions, and you'll miss out on the Vagabond experience. There's nothing wrong with that. But it does weaken the game a little bit if you can't at least get 3 players together. Which I think is pretty common. It's another feature of most leader games, most of Warliest games in particular, is that they can be played at 2, but they're not a great 2-player experience, because that's not how we make games. And I respect that. But it does make it a bit more disappointing to buy this game and be like, oh, no, we're going to get a chance to play with 2, maybe 3 of the factions. I think Woodland Alliance would be fun. With a 2-player game. I might give that a try sometime. But I don't see the Vagabond being a good character to play as. That said, maybe the factions are better suited for 2 players. Like, I know the river folk can use rivers to move, which definitely changes the dynamics quite a bit. But that is it for Root. If you want to see more of the game, please let me know in the comments down below. There is something I didn't even talk about. This cool challenge mode, which basically completely transforms how the game works. I mean, some of these are just for the expansions, but there's still a lot to love here. Like, win 4 clearings. Don't worry about victory points as the Marquis de Cat. Oh, that's the Clockwork game. Win the game with 40 points. Win if you place all your roosts. This is a hard one. I don't know that I would be able to win that one. But yeah, these all change the game pretty significantly, which I think is really cool. And they give you new objectives, and it keeps the game fresh. And then you add the expansions, there's even that much more. There's also Pass and Play, which is pretty solid. You can use this to play with other people. But you can also play online, and you can play with people that way. So, I think that's going to end it today for Root. Let me know again if you want to see more Root in the future. If you do, let me know. But until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you